I make that decision for myself. No one can make it for me. So I'm going over this brilliant talk in the hot tub yesterday at the YMCA. And I've told you this before. I go over my talks in the hot tub. And at the men's thing upstairs, there's these 3 big troughs that men soak in. And there's hot water you can put in a little thing that spins around. You get all massaged and stuff. And you know I like to go over my talk on Saturday and get it down. So I'm in this tub and I'm blabbing about being an innocent, pure witness to God. And there's this guy next to me and he's in there. And then his friend comes in the tub next to me. And I'm in the middle of these 2 guys. And they start to have this jive-chucking, good old boy conversation that literally is so loud. And they're talking about women, and they're bearing false witness, okay? I can leave it with you at that. And they're just going on and on and on. And I'm starting to be critical now of these 2 here. And I'm just kind of like, why don't you 2 just shut up? But they were about 6'9", you know? There's no way I'm going to tell them to shut up. Or throw my little, you know, so there I am. I have a choice. Anybody in the middle of something right now? Yeah? Bearing false witness to the right of thee, bearing false witness to the left of me. And so I have a choice. Whom shall I serve and be served by this day? The criticisms of my brother to my left or the right are the criticisms I'm offering, not to them, but to me. So I have a choice to make, how to bear true witness to the moment. And so I've just stuck my fingers in my ears. I went on with my talk, bearing true witness to the truth. And I calmed down. And you know what? Eventually they stopped. Because nothing in this world of appearances lasts forever. And one of them got out and left, and I was back to being quiet and peaceful again. What a different day it can be when you find yourself in the middle of something, listening to your own mind jive-chucking on the left and the right with your habitual patterns, and you take a break from it. You go, I'm just, you know what, I know this one, and I don't need to tell this story again. Thank you for sharing. And you just get quiet for a few moments. You begin to bear witness to something different. A different quality of that comes into your heart. Many of us are going to be with lots of those people who annoy us most, our families, during this Christmas holiday season. And you know that you are an annoyance to them as well. So, talking about you right now, you're in the middle of their life and they're in the middle of your life, and we all do this. I'm with my daughter and my son-in-law now, and I'm trying to bear true witness. I haven't seen him for about a year and plus, and they have their usual things that they're going through, their stories, and I have my usual response to their story. And they already know what my response is to what they say. But they really don't want my opinion and criticism of what they're doing and not doing. They already know how I feel about what they're doing and not doing. It's the same this year as last year, as it will be 20 years from now, as it was 15 years before. It's not different. So they're not looking for me to criticize them or give them my 2 cents and opinion. What they want is love and acceptance. They don't want your opinion and your judgments about what they're doing. They want your love and acceptance. That's bearing true witness. When you're with your family members, bear true witness. You're only going to be with them for a few hours. I mean, you can put up with anything for a few hours that you never could live with anymore. But you can put up with it for a few hours. To bear witness to the truth when you're with the people who have your button and your name and your number is a great spiritual teaching. It's probably the most difficult one. And yet it's the one that provides us with the deepest opportunity. And when I know this, and just even considering that I would not give my opinion and judgment about what they were doing, I would love and accept them. Just in my deciding to do that, Maureen and I decided to do that, they began to open up to us. And share things that they might not have shared if we just went down the usual cycle. The usual way of cutting each other off and making that conversation over to go on to the next one. The more you're loving and accepting and being more like the presence of God in this moment, the more people want to tell you everything and share everything with you. That's what the world needs now, friends. It doesn't need some person being more critical and opinionated about someone else and criticizing them. It needs us to be aware of the presence that's deeper than those things that appear to separate us. So back to my story. It turns out 4 days later, we found out about what I'd been hallucinating about for 4 days. It turns out it was an error in my judgment because the person who sent me the message hit the wrong key on the typewriter, on the keyboard. It wasn't about this person and Dad. It was about this person and Dad. Dad, not Dad. It wasn't about Dad. It was about Dad. Dad, darn it. I'd spent 4 days hallucinating about something that had nothing to do with me. Hello, welcome to your life. It's just somebody hit the wrong button on the keyboard. And I made it so personal because everything's about me. It wasn't about me at all. And my daughter said to me, what made you think you did something wrong? What did you do? I said, you wouldn't believe what I made up. What I did was wrong. I mean, I had a whole host of errors I might have made in judgment. She goes, well, you can let yourself off the hook. It isn't about you. Oh, my God. And then in that moment, you get to bear true witness. Now, when the ultimate time comes, when we're done with this ragamuffin of body and brain and thought and water that we are, here's what will greet you. You do not need to fear the higher court will condemn you. It will merely dismiss the case against you. There can be no case against the child of God. And every witness to guilt in God's creations is bearing false witness to God himself. Appeal everything you believe gladly to God's higher court, because it speaks for her and therefore speaks truly of you. It will dismiss the case against you, however carefully and meticulously you have built it up. The case, I love this line, it may be foolproof, but it is not God-proof. The case may be foolproof. Oh, fools that we are, dreaming ourselves separate. But it is not God-proof. The Holy Spirit will not hear it because he can only witness truly. His verdict of you and everyone in your life will always be this, some form of it. For thine is the kingdom and the queendom, the power and the glory forever and ever. Welcome home, O guiltless, stainless, beautiful, innocent child of God. For this you were born in the world, to bear witness to this truth, to let it shine forth from within you. That's the second coming of the Christ that we're all waiting for. So this is a good one. I know it didn't get on the board, but I think you might have it on a whole slip of paper. You might want to put this on your fridge if you're ready for this kind of teaching. And it's not for everyone. Number one, everything I see bears witness to my own state of consciousness. When someone is forgetting who they are, I will remember for them. For God is constantly remembering for me. It's not going to help to point out to them, because that's just going to be your gift to you. God constantly remembers for us too. Be mindful of what you criticize in others. For what you put down in another is brought down and pushed down even further inside of you. So this Christmas season, this Christ Mass season, before you get up in the morning and start doing what you normally do, I invite you to wrap yourself up in the truth of being. Just take a moment to be still an instant and go home to the Beloved. And affirm to yourself that I am today a holy child of God. My innocence and my holiness is guaranteed by Spirit. Use me, O God, so I might be the Christmas presents, born today in the manger of my heart, to give my life to the Beloved, to share with others. Give them your presence, and let God, the Spirit, divine presence, work miracles through you. This is why we're here. Blessed be.